Ryan's World parents are so greedy, they're never going to let this man retire. Ever. This person even said he can't wait for the flood of lawsuits from these kids to their parents.
Hey Ryan!
Thank you so much for being in the movie.
Oh, thank you!
Oh, the dude's dead inside.
See it when it comes out August 16th.
Tell everybody about the character you play.
Let him retire.
Ryan's World feels like a perfect example of how a wholesome idea can slowly turn into something deeply uncomfortable. What began as Ryan Kaji innocently unboxing toys has grown into a massive corporate empire that now looks like it's running out of steam. The movie flopped, toy sales are declining, and the YouTube channels that once pulled billions of views can barely hold attention anymore. Despite Ryan appearing constantly, the magic is gone, and the internet seems to be saying the same thing louder every year. Let him retire. Ryan has been working since he was barely 3 years old, long before he could understand contracts, money, or consent. While other kids were learning to read and play freely, Ryan was unknowingly becoming the face of a billion-dollar brand. By 2018 through 2020, the channel was earning tens of millions annually, numbers most adults will never see in a lifetime. TV shows, toy lines, licensing deals, shelves full of his face in every major store, Ryan wasn't just popular, he was unavoidable. But with that level of exposure came scrutiny. Hidden sponsorships, blurred lines between entertainment and advertising, and aggressive marketing toward children started raising serious concerns. The empire survived the backlash, but the cracks never disappeared. As Ryan grew older, the content stayed the same, and what once felt cute began to feel forced. A teenager pretending to be excited about toys for toddlers doesn't land the same way, and viewers noticed. This isn't just about Ryan, it's about the entire family vlogging industry. His story fits the familiar pattern. A fun family project evolves into a full-scale business, and the child becomes the product. Now, as the views drop and the money slows, it feels like the people in charge are realizing that the cash cow isn't infinite. The question is no longer whether Ryan can keep going, but whether he ever should have had to in the first place. At this point, Ryan's World isn't collapsing in a dramatic scandal, it's fading. And honestly, that might be the healthiest ending possible. Not every empire needs to crash. Some just need to stop, especially when the cost has always been a kid's childhood.
Well, Brian been watching YouTube ever since he's little, and he started watching other kids on YouTube. And one day he just come up and asked me, you know, can we start a YouTube channel? There's other kids on here. It looks like they're having fun. And then I started watching YouTube videos with him, and it really did look like the family on there, the kids on there were having a blast together. So I thought, why not?
Ryan's parents insist he loves doing YouTube, but let's be real, no kid loves working non-stop under constant pressure. His entire childhood was filmed, monetized, and turned into content. And now that he's entering his teen years, it's clear they're trying to squeeze out whatever earning potential he has left. And things get even more uncomfortable when you look at the parents themselves. Ryan's mom, Loanne Kaji, was arrested in 2002 for shoplifting, which only adds to the picture of a family deeply obsessed with money and terrified of losing it. Now, as Ryan ages out of his role, his parents are pushing a new project, EK World, starring his younger twin sisters. It's an obvious attempt to keep the brand alive, but the worst part is Ryan still isn't allowed to step away. He's being kept in videos clearly meant for kids much younger than him, proving this was never about fun, only about keeping the money flowing.
Look at these cute little penguins. I think they're lost.
We're lost.
Don't worry, I'll get you back home.
Yeah.
But first, time to test out my super strength.
Now sure, Emma Kaji and Kate Kaji fit the role better at their age, no argument there, but let's not pretend this is wholesome. This isn't a gentle transition, it's a calculated replacement. The Kaji parents aren't pivoting, they're swapping out Ryan for the next set of kids who haven't burned out yet. It's less family content and more Hunger Games YouTube edition. And while this could give Ryan space to finally explore his own passions, that only happens if his parents actually let him step away from the machine.
I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing, and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time.
After everything Ryan Kaji has been through, do we really want the same future for Emma Kaji and Kate Kaji? Because if nothing changes, we're heading for the exact same cycle, just with different kids. And people are noticing. Social media is full of comments saying, "Let Ryan retire," and "Free the Kaji kids." The concern goes beyond the family, though.
Ryan's World parents are so greedy, they're never going to let this man retire. Ever. This person even said he can't wait for the flood of lawsuits from these kids to their parent.
And soon the FTC launched an investigation because Ryan's videos look more like disguised advertisements than real playtime. Tiny kids couldn't even tell what was an ad and what wasn't. That's when the Kajis had to rebrand from Ryan's Toys Review to Ryan's World, basically trying to hide the commercial smell behind a cute new name. Ryan's World doesn't just affect Ryan, it affects the kids watching. According to Michael Rich, this kind of content packages consumerism for children, teaching them that happiness comes from owning things, not creativity. The result? Shorter attention spans, more anxiety, and a warped idea of joy. And if that wasn't enough, Ryan's World the movie bombed hard, reportedly losing around $9 million with cheap CGI and a paper-thin story that felt more like a rushed ad than a film.
You're lucky I'm not calling the actual boss. You have a boss?
Those viewing parties said it all. Awkward silence, forced smiles, friends and families pretending to enjoy what was basically a $10 million vanity project. This wasn't just a flop, it was a message. We're out of ideas, but not out of greed. The public didn't hold back either. People said they'd rather watch Barney, calling the movie a blatant cash grab. One viewer even wrote a full essay tearing it apart, pointing out that Ryan Kaji has clearly grown up, and his parents are desperately trying to shove him back into relevance with a poorly made film, even suggesting new titles out of sheer frustration. And that's the real issue. This isn't just about Ryan. It's about the entire family vlogging industry, where parents turn their kids into brands before they even hit puberty. It might look fun at first, but the long-term damage is real. Burnout, resentment, therapy, and identity issues. Now, Emma Kaji and Kate Kaji are being positioned as the shiny new faces of the Kaji empire. But how long before they feel the same pressure Ryan did? And how long before they're replaced too? What's next is obvious. Ryan's parents think they can keep this machine running forever, but the empire is cracking under its own greed. Ryan is getting older, and sooner or later he'll pull away for good. Until then, they're doubling down. If it's not Ryan, it's Emma and Kate. And if not them, maybe something even more desperate. One thing is clear now. Ryan's World isn't about Ryan anymore. It's about keeping the money train moving, no matter who gets left behind. But the truth didn't change, because ethics don't pay as good as views do. Ryan was working harder than most adult creators, up to 25 video segments a week. His life was fully monetized. Family vlogs, challenges, morning routines, even brushing teeth became content. And the worst part? Were no laws protecting his earnings like Hollywood child actors have. Legally, all the money belonged to his parents. Ryan might have been the breadwinner, but his parents were holding the bread, the butter, and probably the whole grocery store. Then came karma. When YouTube changed its rules after the COPPA crackdown, every kid-based channel got hit hard. Luan herself admitted that they lost 70% of their income overnight. Not a drop, a crash. And right after that, they tried to bounce back by making a movie, Ryan's World Titan Universe Adventure. Guess what? Budget, $10 million. Box office, $624,000. They lost $9.5 million. One of the worst flops you'll ever see. Theaters were emptier than Logan Paul's apology videos. That movie didn't just fail, it exposed how greedy the whole brand had become. And while all this was happening, people started noticing that Ryan wasn't happy anymore. He looked tired, spoke less, smiled less. The kid who used to love the camera now looked like he just wanted to leave the room. But instead of letting him rest, his parents pulled their next move. They started pushing their twin daughters, Emma and Kate, into the spotlight. Now these 7-year-old girls have their own animation show and are showing up more and more in family videos. It's like they drained one well dry and immediately started digging another. The internet was not having it. People were furious. Comments started blowing up. Ryan made his parents $34 million. Now they're using his sisters. These parents literally built an empire on their kids' childhood. And they're right, even lawmakers took notice. Several US states are now passing new child influencer laws forcing parents to legally save part of their kids' earning. That alone tells you what people really think about the Kajis. Recent interviews with Ryan made things worse. In podcasts, he barely talks. His parents do all the speaking while Ryan just sits there, awkward and quiet.
I'm about to expose Ryan's World. Recently, there was a YouTuber who interviewed Ryan's World and it got over 2 million views. So cool, right? Wrong. Because during this interview, something didn't feel right. Ryan barely spoke at all. Didn't seem happy. Most of the time, it was his parents speaking. It was almost like they didn't want Ryan to speak and expose their dark secret.
People are already predicting that once he turns 18, we'll see a Netflix documentary called The Truth Behind Ryan's World. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's too young, he won't know what to say.
Don't give me that. Ryan is 13 now. He could definitely speak for himself. But his evil parents didn't allow him to. Just like how they don't allow him to live his childhood. He's still making kid videos till this day. And you could just tell that he's not happy. He doesn't enjoy it anymore. Let him retire. Let him live his childhood dreams. He is not a slave.
Right now, the Kajis are desperately trying to keep their brand alive. Recycling old footage, using younger thumbnails of Ryan, and pushing the twins harder than a Black Friday sale. But it's over. By 2029 or 2030, when Ryan's 18 and the twins are 12, this whole operation will collapse under its own greed. A lot of creators are now starting to talk about this issue, saying Ryan's parents should stop. They should stop hiding their criminal activity.
Evangeline,
Hey, Ryan!
thank you so much for being in the movie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the dude's dead inside.
See it when it comes out August 16th.
Tell everybody about the character you play.
Let him retire. He just doesn't want to be there anymore.
So, what can we even say about parents like this? Parents who are literally ruining their kid's career. Think about it. This whole corporate lifestyle has taken away Ryan's and his twin sister's freedom. At a time when they should be dreaming, learning, and growing with education, their parents have turned their lives into a business chart, like a profit machine. It's honestly like the parents are gambling with their kids' futures. Just imagine, shouldn't a father like this be held accountable for everything? Because in that most controversial interview, when they were asked about it, Ryan's father's reaction and Ryan's expression told two completely different stories. It was shocking, and even other creators have exposed this moment too.
In an interview with John UC, Ryan's parents detailed just how much Ryan's world has grown.
Yeah, for the production side, we own the studio in Houston. It's called Sunlight Entertainment, and we have full-time employee, about 30 to 40 employees, and it breaks down to video editors, producers, animators, voice actors, on-camera talent, script writers. Our companies.
But not everyone was convinced that Ryan's role had been scaled back. Asked whether Ryan saw a future where he was no longer the face of the channel.
Is there a day where the YouTube channels will be fully animation? Like, Ryan, are you going to keep making YouTube videos, given your interest to be an animator and maybe go behind the camera, like as you get older?
Ryan answered,
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
Let's play that back. Notice how Ryan turns to his father as he answers, almost as if he's looking for approval. His father then gives Ryan a smile and nod, seemingly showing he's satisfied with his son's response.
Did you see that? Isn't that clearly the result of pressuring the kids? Pure manipulation? How can parents be so greedy that they'd actually do this kind of thing? I honestly don't even know. Money has blinded them. It's like they've lost their sense of what's right. That's why they're doing all these shady things right now. Guys, do you agree or not? Because if this is what's happening on camera, just imagine what's happening behind the camera. Any guesses?
Ryan, I know there's a secret you're keeping from me, so just tell it to me straight and I promise I won't get mad. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, what did you just say? I said I won't get mad. Just be honest with me.
I completely agree with this creator's mimicry. That might really be what's happening behind the scenes. And honestly, when it comes to Ryan, this whole thing feels tragic, because he never asked for this fame. It was forced on him. The kid who once just wanted to play with toys ended up being treated like one. Ryan deserves peace, not pressure. He deserves a normal teenage life, not a corporate script written by his parents. So my finishing thought, I just hope one day Ryan gets to tell his real story, not the version his parents built for.